So this is my beauty salon, the area where I get my glam done. Let's face it, I need more space.
8 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, and spans over 20,000 square feet.
More space.
The almighty dollar. Arguably the most powerful object on this planet. It can change people for the better, it can change people for the worse. And it can also make people build the ugliest house that a human could possibly dream of. Why such a specific example? I'm glad you asked. Today, we're gonna be looking at the home of Petra Ecclestone? Something. The daughter of the owner of the Formula One group. So basically, someone who's just unbelievably rich. And as they say, money can't buy taste, and that rings true more than ever in this video. Her £170 million, or about $240 million mansion has an almost entirely gold interior. I really wish I was joking. And not only does she have poor taste, her and her fiancé have very strange personalities. They pretty much act like cartoon rich people. To put it bluntly, it is very obvious that they have been so extremely rich their entire life that they have no idea what normal living looks like. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'm just gonna show you. Please subscribe.
Come on in. So here we are in the foyer where we greet our guests, and the first thing you see when you come into the house is this fabulous gold bar.
We custom built this gold bar. Obviously it's to entertain and to have lots of parties that we do not have.
I'm sorry, what? The bar is to entertain people? What do you talk about? It's just shapes. Sloppily slapped together shapes that I'm guessing you paid like $40 million for. I don't really think there's much to talk about.
So this is our main family kitchen where we eat most of our meals at, and the kids love mealtime because they're obviously staring at this amazing fish tank.
Which is actually one of the rarest in the world. It's one of the largest in a private residence. It's 5 meters long. There's 64 types of fish. But when designing this kitchen, you wanted separate islands, didn't you?
Yeah, there's one island with a teppanyaki grill the chef is able to cook at, and then the other island is where I occasionally cook at.
Alright, so this might just be me, especially because I don't really like when things in a house are all one color, but this kitchen is extremely ugly. I mean, I don't even want to think about how much money went into designing this kitchen. I'm sure it was north of 10 million, but it just doesn't look good to me. It almost looks cheap. Like everything seems to just be thrown together. There doesn't really seem to be a coherent design here.
The feel of the kitchen, there's a slightly kind of an industrial vibe, obviously with the paneling on the doors.
It has double dishwashers, double sinks, double fridges, freezers, wine coolers, and the appliances throughout are Gaggenau.
There's amazing natural light coming in through the garden into the kitchen.
Alright, can we just take a moment to focus on, whatever this is supposed to be? I guess like some sort of off living room maybe? Maybe a bar area, I don't really know. But just look at this. This looks like a casino and a mid-2000s hotel had a child. I mean, what is this like gold wiener / earthworm doing on the counter? This wallpaper literally just looks spray painted gold. This is awful.
Sloane House actually compromises of 2 homes, Sloane House and Sloane Lodge. We're now in the lodge side of the home, which has its own entrance, which we would bring guests through for events. This is one of my favourite rooms of the whole house. So the first thing that hits you when you enter this room is this magnificent crystal chandelier, which is 150,000 Swarovski crystals. Behind us you will see we have a fabulous bar, which is all custom built. And obviously the panther, which features throughout the house, is seen in here as well. There's custom cabinetry throughout the whole room, which gives a very 1920s Gatsby feel to this whole sort of vibe.
No, sorry, not quite. This looks more to me like if The Great Gatsby took place in New Jersey instead of New York. I'm getting some Jersey Shore vibes here.
Welcome to our wellness level.
The area sets the tone where you step over the water feature on these stepping stones.
Come and have a look around. So when I bought this house, there was no lower level. We excavated the basement and we dug down 15 meters deep to make this
hotel amenity type spa into a residential house.
I mean, if they were purposefully going for this kind of gaudy faux 80s/90s aesthetic, I mean, they really hit the nail on the head, but it seems like they're trying to pass this off as sophisticated. This just looks so dated that I feel like it has to be on purpose, but at the same time, I feel like it wasn't.
I think what's good to know as well, due to permitting laws now in London, you cannot recreate this. So down here we have a 17 metre by 9 metre swimming pool, spa, 10-man jacuzzi, steam and sauna.
So we're here now in our gym that has amazing natural light, even though we're actually in the basement, so it doesn't feel dark and gloomy.
I think that one of the great things about this gym is while we work out, we've actually got a squash court behind us, which we turned into a kids' play area. So the kids are entertained while we're working out.
That's why we turned it into like a soft play, which is obviously very child-friendly.
To give this perspective in size, I'm 6'4", and this is about the size of a 2-story house.
I can't help but see this video as nothing but them just consistently bragging. Ah yes, this chandelier has 47 quadrillion crystals. This playpen is bigger than your family's house. Did I mention you can't make this pool anymore because of permitting laws? You couldn't make it when we made it either, but we have so much money, we just paid everybody off. I mean, like, dang, we get it. You both have rich parents.
Also on this level, we have a cinema to show about 12 people.
There's a whole candy bar entrance.
And the seats actually change and vibrate with the sound of the cinema that's being played.
So this is my beauty salon, the area where I get my glam done. Leading down to the salon area, there's a feature of gold chains, which basically give a glimmer of reflection of light throughout the hallway. There's the pedicure station that you can get your hands and feet done, and then the washing up basin, obviously to get your hair done professionally, and then the glam area where you get your makeup done. There's definitely a lighter palette, obviously to give a more feminine touch to the room.
What? Lighter palette than what? This looks the exact same as every other room in the house so far. Everything is just gold. This has zero design difference than anything we've seen so far.
So we're here at the top of the house now, and one of the most magical features of the house is the beautiful chandelier from the top of the house that goes through all the floors down to the bottom. It's like shattered pieces of diamonds or glass, which obviously there's natural light from the window behind that is then reflected onto the chandelier, and it basically just gives off rainbows throughout the house. The chandelier is the centerpiece of the whole house, and it's the design ethos that ties it all together to make it become one.
I think the only worst part of this video besides the house is this awful script they are making these people read. I mean, seriously. The design ethos for the house? That is just objectively false. The design ethos for this house is a golden panther staying in a 90s motel.
So we're here at my daughter's room, and clearly she and I are a huge fan of the color pink. It was before a very traditional room, which we transformed it to become more modern, and it just came to life. And then these chandelier ice cream lights that she actually drew, and we got them kind of came to life. We redesigned each room to have the bedroom, the dressing room, and then the bathroom. So the closet panels are nude lacquer, which is kind of feminine but also neutral, with leather paneling throughout.
You know, after seeing this, quote, child's bedroom that is actually a luxury master bedroom, I'm kind of worried to see where the parents sleep. Do they just have an entire other house for their bedroom? I mean, that honestly would not surprise me.
So this is our primary bedroom. This was the last bedroom that we redesigned, and I worked with a close friend called Gavin Broden. It's definitely got a lighter tone to it than the rest of the house. It's got nude paneling throughout the room, a white onyx fireplace.
This bed is 8 feet by 9 feet. So something you could do more in LA than you can in London, but we managed to do it here.
There's 2 separate dressing rooms, one for Sam and then a larger one for myself, because let's face it, I need more space. I think the nice thing is that you don't have to leave the master suite to be able to go to the both dressing rooms and the bathroom. It's all on one floor.
Hold on 1 second, back up for me. You think that having a master bedroom so big that your closets and bathrooms are on different floors is some sort of negative? Yeah, do you guys see what I mean about how they're just cartoon rich people?
As you can see, Mine is very impressive with hidden pocket doors for mirrors, lovely lighting, very soft lighting, and windows either side for natural light.
So this is my closet, which is every girl's dream, and it actually is the whole width of the house. It has the most beautiful feminine chandelier in it, and then we're so lucky to have the natural light from the garden coming into the dressing room. For me, this dressing room feels tucked away and definitely is a quieter place throughout the house, and it just has a very calm, peaceful vibe to it.
Now, this is not me really hating on the closet itself. I mean, if I had this much money and I could have a closet this big, I probably would, because why not? But I feel like features like this really start to put into perspective how meaningless money is to these people. I mean, are you serious? Windows in a closet? Not one, but multiple? I mean, I would wager that their closets combined are bigger than a lot of places where people live. I mean, unless there's some weird perspective, I'm like 99% certain that these closets are bigger than my apartment. This kind of money is genuinely unimaginable to anybody who's not in this position. Well, that's pretty much where the video ends. They go through the garden, but honestly, there's nothing really too bad about that. There's no gold or crystal-encrusted planters we have to look out for. It's just your average rich person garden. I mean, we've seen quite a few ugly houses on this channel, but I honestly think this one has got to be the worst. The one is miles better than this one. At least that house seemed like there was some thought put into it. I wouldn't be surprised if the design plan for this house just said the word gold. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.
Subscribe.